isn't this better being in traffic? We can pull up. We're good. We got good visibility ahead, so for anybody coming from behind, I'll make some noise, so I think we're fine. That's really the only drag about cycling with people is you can't really talk to them, right? You're focusing on the traffic and stuff, so. They're redoing something. If at some point we hit an impassable part, we'll just come back. Used to be one of my 2 highways to get me to work. But this one went way out of my way. Yeah. Well, all it did was get me north somewhere safe, right? Like on a bike trail, but...
So where did you go, like, cross over?
I came back over on Hummer, I think. Okay. Don't remember which one it was, but just south of Steeles. This might be where we stop. We'll see. We'll slow it down a bit.
See?
We're fine so far. Alright.
Probably, if this doesn't stop us.
Yeah. I think they closed it off because if they don't close it off, they have to worry about people being around when they're driving their trucks and shit, right? So, doesn't necessarily mean it's impassable. I think it just might have... You know, a wise man once told me, Dave, there's always a low road. There's always a way around. You just gotta look for it. So, well, apparently so. Because here we are. On the low road, my friend. This is beat the shit out of going to the gym. Like, come on. Really. Seriously. The traffic part is kind of fun and exciting and a little challenging, but still, you know, it's neat. You're around, get to see people, it's fun. It's free. It's the other fun part. So yeah, the problem is, I could literally do this for 5-6 hours and then go home. And then go to bed, sleep, get up, and do it again. Like, I could do this for the rest of my life and be perfectly happy. Check that out. Check the color out on the subway.
That's the thing they put up for the Pan Am Games, right?
Alright, didn't know that.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's doing it all the time. I know during the games, they had sensors up there, it would change with the wind.
Huh,
So as
nice.
the wind hit it differently, it would change color.
That's pretty cool.
And that's what they wanted to put up when they originally put that, the cables up there.
Alright.
They didn't have the funding for it, so it's kind of shelved.
Ah,
That's one thing they
cool.
got to do when the Pan Am came in, was actually do that.
That's neat.
Yep.
Now, if I take this route to get to work, it takes me 2 hours. But, you know, wow, it's the Don Valley Trail all the way up, and it's, you don't see a lot of that otherwise, right? So, there's a couple of places you have to hop out and get back on, though, so it makes it a little challenging.
It takes you 2 hours. If you were
Yeah.
to, like, the fastest way you could possibly do it by transit.
The fastest way by transit, hour and 15.
Right, so you're
Grab it.
extra 45 minutes,
Yep.
and you get this.
Yep.
As opposed to from your neighborhood.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing, I think. It's whether or not you still have to have the flexibility to have a 2-hour commute, though. Some people just can't do that.
Yeah, well,
And so fair enough, right?
yeah.
But if you can do an hour and 15 minute
It's not
commute,
2 hours, it's 40, you're talking 45 minutes.
well, that's the difference.
No, I know. But your hour and 15 minutes, or your hour and 15 is committed anyway.
Yeah, oh, I understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you're talking a different, so
It's the extra 45 minutes you're
question,
talking about.
the
Yeah, yeah.
question you have to ask is, do I commit an extra 45 minutes?
Yeah. And I think you see, to my mind, it's about proportion. Can I commit another 45 minutes when I'm already in for an hour and 15? Sure. You know what I mean?
Right. Would you commit an extra 45 minutes if you were in for 10?
Yeah, well, no. That'd be too much,
I see what
right?
you're saying.
So yeah, this is kind of neat. Yeah, so that's where it comes from my perspective. When I commuted for a couple of months by car when I first started working at York. And then when I got the gig at ISIS, and I was working full time, driving up there every day meant parking there every day. And driving costs money, and parking up there is super expensive, and there's no rebates for staff, right? So it's just, no, I don't think so. Oh, it is ridiculous. Yeah, there you go. So it was the TTC, and I did the TTC for 8 months. I didn't do it for a whole year because it was killing me. Because going up there every day on the TTC, like there were regular delays almost every day I was on. Like it was insane, right? And the average amount of time it took me to get there was an hour and 15 minutes. I timed it meticulously for 8 months. The fastest I ever did it was 45. Probably, yeah. 45 for the transit was the fastest when all my connections were there and everything worked perfectly. The slowest I did it was, well, if there was a bad storm, it could be hours, but the slowest generally was about an hour and a half. Maybe an hour and 45 in the worst case circumstances where there's a breakdown, you have to get off the tracks and they reroute you to buses and shit. But other than that, it was pretty hideous. And then I started riding the bike. And the bike was uniformly almost exactly 50 minutes every time. So, you know, after a couple of weeks of this, I'm like, well, I've got 3 choices here. I can take an hour and 15 minutes by transit on average. I can take 50 minutes on my bike or 45 minutes in my car, right? I think I know what I'm doing. So I took the 45 minutes in the car, or the 50 minutes on the bike, right? It's like, this is insane. I can get a bike ride out of it every day, twice a day.
Well, that's the thing too.
Yeah. So for me, it was like almost 2 hours on the bike every day I went to work. That's bliss, right? Now, yeah, I had to work out a route. When I first started doing it, it took me an hour and a half by my standard route, which was to go on Nanette all the way down to the end, to the Humber River Trail, take that up to Oak, and in Oak, you can either get on the upper Humber River Trail, which takes you much further west than where I need to go, or you can go on all these sort of back streets and small streets that get you up to Wilson. You can go on the sidewalk on Wilson, and then you get up to one of these sort of side feeder roads that goes along the highway, like Norfinch or something like that. And you ride these suckers up north, and then you catch this this bike trail that goes behind all these large apartment blocks around the sort of Jane Finch, Jane Shepherd area, and weaves its way up to the paths and trails that go behind the York University Rogers Tennis Center, where I work, where my office is. So this is perfect for me, right? It sort of took me to my back door mainly, and at least half of the trip is on trails just like this. And it was about an hour and a half, so a good 45 minutes to a little more than that was just doing this every day. I got super hooked on this. It was so much fun. And such a great ride, and I was in such good shape from it, and so happy to be doing it, and all this kind of stuff, and away from the traffic for the good amount of it. But it was an hour and a half, so 3 hours a day of commuting, right? That's a lot. It takes...
How many people, I think as you said,
Yeah.
you know, it's free exercise, right? Like
Yeah.
how many people spend an hour a day in the gym?
Oh yeah,
You
no,
know,
absolutely. I agree with you. I've said this before. I tried going to the gym and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, and you know, there was a time when I went to the gym every single day for months and months and months. So absolutely it can be done. But you know what? You can also have it, this might be a challenge here. This looks different to me. So let's slow it down for a second and see. They may have just cleared out a bunch of trees, or they may have leveled stuff out, I can't tell. But no, I think we're still good. Okay. I may have been right. They may have just blocked it off to keep people from getting in their way while they're working.
I can see that.
This is awesome. Well, there's somebody up here, so just watch it when you're coming up. Alright? On your left. Hold on for a sec. DVP. Indeed, eh? Cheers. I'm glad we skipped the fence, just to see. Nice. Okay, this is a nice hill here. Let's just watch yourselves at the bottom, because there's construction at the bottom, I know, because it's the Pottery Road Hill. So if I slow down, just slow down anyway, just in case. But as you can see, the visibility is pretty good. We're right by the highway, so.
It is amazing how much light this thing like, access lighting.
Like it's dark now, but it's not, right? Between the light you get between the clouds and the lighting up there, we're in good shape. guess this is the end of the line. Yes, we can. So here's the deal. We got two choices. We can either skip the fence, go around, and keep following the trail up. It goes along the river for a little bit further. Exit points are probably at one of the major parks up there by Bayview. The ride back will be a little long. Should be alright. Option B is to go this way where that gentleman's going, which takes you up this Pottery Road. Stupid ass hill. Which I'd be more than happy to walk up part of because I don't think I'm riding all the way up it myself. My knees aren't that good. So I'm happy either way. And that way lies the Bayview extension, which we could also ride, although at night that's a little on the dicey side, so I'd probably say no to that unless you were super keen. Bill? Self-punishment. What I'm trying to decide is how far we'd have to go this way before we could get off the trail and get back onto the road, and I don't remember exactly how far. What's the next big park coming up here? Sunnybrook Park.
Right. No, but no.
Sorry.
But you go underneath the DVT, and then isn't there a...
Well, that takes you up to Broadview.
No, yeah, there is. But you go up there.
Yeah.
It's been years since I went.
Yeah.
You go up there, isn't there a past split? You go right into the DVT, and then you go along another ravine east.
Oh. Don't know. You mean up there, where the bike trails are for the off-road stuff? There's this trail that goes down this way, you're saying? Okay, you know what? Care for
I
that.
don't know.
Now you've piqued my curiosity.
I have a hard time finding the daylight. I mean, I'm investing in the
Ah, dude. Don't lose your nerve. We're almost there. We'll ride for a few more minutes and see where it takes us. If it looks like it'll work fine, if not, we can turn back. Once we get out of there, we're good. We can always go back the way we came, so it's not a big deal. Really, Dave? The only thing you can't do is pop a tire. That'd be a major inconvenience. Really, the only thing you can't do is pop a tire. That would not be a good thing.
No, I got the spare.
Yeah.
The extent of my on the trail repair, I've done it.
Ah.
Pretty much either.
Well, actually, all I have is a bike pump in case we, hit a sharp point and lose some air in our tire. So I'm in the same boat. Ooh, look at the jazzy paint job. Very nice.
Why is there jazz paint?
I think when we got people. I think when Pan Am happened, they did some things, to get everything. Come on up. This is actually a major north-south artery for a lot of people because if you live in the right place and you're close to it, it can get you downtown and avoid so much, right? So when I lived in Sackville, on Sackville Street in the East End, I'd use it to go north for that reason, so I was right on it. When you're right on the path, it just, I don't want the highway, I'll just do this and ride it instead, right? So, for sure. I don't know, I find this pretty bright and pretty easy to ride, so. Clunk. Ah! Well, he was smart about some things, but not really about others.
That race lived in the co-op.
Oh yeah?
I ride it up to see I can't remember where I go up to and turn around and go back.
Well, they just released a study last month that said cycling's better for you than running. People are very upset. I can believe it too.
For a whole generation of people who haven't learned anything. It's like this happened in the 80s.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Took up jogging. Everybody jogged for 10 years, and everybody was like, screwed up joints and all over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we get better shoes. There's no question about that. Still.
No, absolutely, you're right. I see people jogging on concrete. I'm like, okay, good for you. Best of luck with that. Right. I think you might be right, actually. You're along a riverbed, so that would lend itself to that thesis.
Our house back up to the mighty Most of my childhood in the summer was
kind of thing, man. Oh, check this out.
Okay, I think it's this.
Yeah, I know where this goes. You can also get onto it up at the top. So, yeah. There's a trail that goes back here, I know, through the grass that I take sometimes. It follows this one. And then up at the end here, there's a turn that takes you right up, and then you can get out there. We'll keep going for a bit, though. As long as you're good. Right on. Gotta watch the dogs, man. Gotta watch the dogs, man. Parks at night are generally not frequented by people that are concerned about things like being alone. It's, you know, you never know who's going to be here. And since there aren't a lot of cameras here, it's one of the few places in the city where there's not a lot of video going on, if you think about it. So that might motivate a certain kind of interest. That's the Science Center right there.
Oh, we're there already.
Yep.
And you know what? So you just said that. That was my turnaround.
Yeah.
Just like that.
There you go. There's a bridge here. I know that. You can put your light back on if you want. But I was just, yeah, mine doesn't either, but sometimes it's just, you know, what do you call it? Comforting. I just don't like the flashing in here. I like it solid. For some reason, I find that better. The flashing I like for the traffic, but and here's some sort of, yeah. I got two lights here. If I turn my light closer down towards the pavement, that helps a little bit too. I can see you. There you go. Okay, I think we got a hill coming up here too. Watch your head for the line branches. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Alright, so this is a bit of a windy low hill. I remember it. So watch yourself on the way down. It switches back a little. So just take your time. Gotta bring you back alive, I promise Preston.
Well, yeah, or else you got two jobs.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking her slow. I'm not 100% sure about the road conditions. So, that's what a better light would be handy.